All right, guys, we're back at it. Episode 2 of the Night Shift Report.
Welcome.
We've got some interesting topics today. I guess we can just jump right in. First things first. Everybody's probably seen it. I guess it's almost old news by now, but Elon Musk saying his robots could do simple jobs like being a nurse.
Simple.
How do y'all feel about that? May have not been his exact wording, but it was something along those lines. But he did say his robots could be a nurse.
What's his definition of a nurse, though? Like, what does he think nurses do?
Evidently, he's not actually looked into it before making that claim, because if all they were doing was administering meds, maybe.
Well, then you got the patients that are confused and
refusing
meds or just
fighting.
God forbid, they don't trust his robots. These robots are more likely to get slurs than thank yous.
And then being able to keep all the tubing straight, like when you have, say you're in the ICU, you got 6 drips running on a patient, a feeding tube, an ET tube, and the lines that go along with all those.
Which I don't think they'll completely replace nursing. I think what they'll do is they'll just buy up all these robots and make them do that, and then have just one nurse oversee everything and make sure everything's going right. So all they're really doing is just making that one nurse who...
One RN and a bunch of LPN robots.
Mm-hmm. It makes their job harder.
Not that we necessarily agree that. I'm just saying that's how they look at it. LPNs, they couldn't do what LPN does either.
But I don't know if they would know the parameters between, like... Because, all the meds have, like, the little engravings on them in different colors, so, like...
But think about all the times we're having, like, trace or tubings. Like, you got Vaso, Epi, Levo, Neo, all going on one patient.
Not to mention sedation.
And you're having, like, trace the line so you make sure which one's not to give it through.
Mm-hmm. Which... I tend to label my lines a lot.
I mean, I do too.
That's one of my actual decent habits that I have. Probably one of the rare ones, but...
I've come behind a lot of people that don't, though.
Yeah, that is true.
And robots, would they know to do that? I mean, you could probably program them to, but...
What if they labeled the wrong line?
Yeah. Set them all up in a haste because the patient's going critical and...
Mm-hmm.
Now they can't remember and they're giving an IV push of something through... a line that's got epi or something going through it.
Plus, like, there's other stuff besides just giving meds as being a nurse. Like, you got, like, therapeutic touch, for example. We use that sometimes for people who are, like, distressed or upset or sad. It's going to feel real nice to have a cold metallic hand on your shoulder.
Don't know its own strength. Yeah. Crushes you into the bed.
Or, like, even the, what's the robot that does the CPR? You know what I'm talking about? I can't remember what they call it.
Yes, I forgot the name. Lucas, maybe?
Yes, it's a Lucas machine, and they strap it to your chest, and it's just like a big hydraulic press piston that just boom, 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 boom.
Crushing you like a...
Yeah, I mean, your ribs are cooked.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm sure there's ways that, like, robots and AI and stuff like that could... Because, think about surgery. They use robot-assisted surgery tools. I can't think of the exact name, but they, it leaves a very small incision and they guide it to wherever they need to go. That's okay, but the key word is assisted. It's not doing the entire job by itself. Plus, the day a robot or AI gives an enema will be the day that I stick my foot in my mouth, because if they can do that, then sure, go ahead.
They can have it for themselves.
Yeah, they can have it for that. But as far as the more critical thinking, even like ChatGPT now, you gotta think, how many times have you put something in ChatGPT and it just spits you just some
straight BS?
Yeah, just a ball of nonsense.
Or, like, I'm sure their critical thinking would just be parameters that are programmed, like hard limits. There would be no interpreting, like... Doctor puts in order for call provider, blood pressure maintains systolic over 140. At 141, they're waking the cardiologist up at 2 a.m.
Just
and the pressure's going every 5 minutes, so they're calling the doctor every 5 minutes just to report blood pressure over 141.
Imagine being a cardiologist and getting just an automated voicemail at 2 a.m. Hello, this patient's blood pressure is yada 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 over something.
140 over perfect.
Yeah. How would you like to proceed? I'm sorry, I did not understand that. Can you repeat? So, I mean, what do you guys think? Just, if you're watching on YouTube, leave a comment what you think. But I don't think AI and robots and all that is going to get as far as they think it's going to. Like, they'll definitely try it. I think healthcare systems will definitely try it.
I'm sure there's plenty of jobs they could
Delegate.
fill in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think many of those in healthcare are ones that they could, like.
What if they did like the out in like the West Coast and stuff, and even like bigger cities, they have the little robots that deliver food, and you see them just rolling by on the sidewalk. What if they implemented that into like beds, so that way it would make the ambassador, like, if for people who don't work in healthcare, we have what we call ambassadors that take the patient to and from wherever they need to go, whether it be tests, new rooms.
Yeah, they're going from the room to X-ray. They're going from step down to med surge.
I feel like you could do that and just have someone there, like just walking behind it. It don't necessarily have, depending on the patient and
the hospital
the
probably
situation.
like, why justify paying money for the tech if a person's still going to have to like follow them and watch them?
What if the tech breaks, or what if the machine breaks down? What if the battery dies?
They had just had live tracking where they could see if it stopped or didn't make it to its destination, and it like alerted the unit.
You get an alert.
But then you're having to drop what you're doing. Like,
why is the patient in room 17 in the middle of the hall in the cafeteria? Or like, what if the internet goes out and the GPS goes down? Like,
which is all the time.
Yeah.
Anytime the storm blows the wrong direction.
Mm-hmm. But I don't think it'll get as far as they think it will. But
no, ain't no way it could. I mean, it would have to. Not in our lifetime.
Well, okay. we may be the victims of that in the nursing home.
Yeah. Closer to retirement. Or after retirement.
Yeah, we'll be in there.
Retire.
There's a new term for the robots now that's very popular. People who are watching probably know. I'm not going to say it, but there is a term for it, and I'm sure we'll use it as we're older. But yeah, I think there's avenues they can go down to make things easier, but I don't think it'll totally replace anything.
No. That'd be great for, like you say, transportation.
Mm-hmm.
If the robots could walk people around, like push the beds.
Mm-hmm. Or even like do...
or if they could bring my meds from pharmacy when it's stat.
Yeah, like have like one of the little robots.
Like if one of the robots just full out sprinting down the hall anytime a code went with the rapid intubation med kit.
Mm-hmm. Plus, it'd be easier to keep track of all the meds that they dispense if they did that, because they wouldn't have to, say each little med has a barcode and give the robot like a serial number and be like, hey, this med was given to this.
And have them draw it up and everything. The doctor asks for 40 of etomidate, and she's like, pulls up a syringe with the correct dosage.
Yeah, I mean, even in like places like fast food, they do that with like their drink machines.
Yeah.
They measure out however much is supposed to go in the cup. You do that with the same thing with medicine. They could draw up however much, or like reconstituting meds, so we don't have to do it anymore. Like there's possibilities to make things easier, but definitely not anything to totally replace. There still needs to be some sort of human. Speaking of things making things easier, why don't hospital? I've thought about this, and this is kind of off topic, but why don't hospital beds have like, what do you call it? They make them. It's like a little water hose, and it connects to a water pipe in the wall or whatever, and like you can pretty much have like a shower hose on the bed. Like places have them, maybe not hospitals, but places have them. I've seen people talk about them, but you could do that. It'd make bed baths, especially somebody who can't move or is incontinent.
I see what you're getting at.
You
have to change the beds up a little bit though, make them a little more resilient.
You could do that and then put like a little drain in the middle of the room. Be like going through a car wash. It'd be therapeutic. It'd be one of the many amenities at the hospital. It'd be a therapeutic bed bath. Bigger like a little death spa.
Death.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I do see a lot. I feel like a lot of people, as of now, like speaking of AI, I feel like a lot of people do use ChatGPT way more way more than they should.
Oh, for sure. Asking it their questions that they should probably be asking their coworkers, fellow nurses, fellow doctors.
And the scary thing about ChatGPT is it's going to spit you out an answer. Whether it's the right answer, you don't know. But most of the time it is. But.
Just like AI generated pictures.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a person, but it might have 3 fingers on one hand, look like a T-Rex hand.
There's a fine line there, and I feel like AI...
It's going to favor a real answer enough that they trust it, but if they read it, like to really understand it, would probably be like, what am I reading?
I feel like even if you did that, it would still seem convincing enough because it uses so many words for its explanation. Where like, it
went in depth. It has a notice talking about where it absolutely does not.
The master of BS.
Yeah.
The ChatGPT has a BS in. It has mastered the BS in nursing. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna pan out the way people think.
No, absolutely not.
I feel like people ask ChatGPT what they should wear to work. I know that. Have you seen the things some of these nurses wear to work?
I know this isn't as relevant, but like a lot of departments have like you can wear whatever scrubs you want. You just stick to a specific color.
Yeah. And like that's not what I'm dogging on. I'm talking about like how they arrange the scrubs on their body. Like it's a very fine line between actually going to work and playing dress up. And obviously people have seen the stereotypical sexy nurse outfit that they sell, for Halloween. But I feel like some people take that too literally. Like they're going to work to find a husband, not to save lives.
Which is why their patients don't live.
That is true. You always have to pick up their slack.
They're more concerned about their makeup running a little bit because they got a little sweaty doing compression, so they just call it. Like why certain scrub types are even a thing. Why aren't scrub rompers, why aren't scrub crop tops even made?
If I'm ever a patient and I see somebody walk in with a scrub crop top, I'm immediately just accepting my fate. I mean, just go ahead and hand me the DNR papers.
Yeah, it's over. It's a wrap.
Yeah, I'm cooked. That's it.
Scrub romper, like, ma'am, it's a good thing you can go a whole shift without peeing because you're gonna have to strip down naked in the bathroom just to use the just to go pee. And
not to mention,
like the amount of time that would take.
Like, your legs are exposed. Like, what if you get some kind of unidentified fluid on it?
Why someone even thought that was a good idea to create.
The fact that we have which I'm being a hypocrite right now because I'm wearing joggers, but the fact that we have joggers right now is riding the line pretty hard.
Scrubs are already pretty comfortable in my opinion. Like, and then I feel like they take having to think about what you're wearing to work out of the equation.
Yeah, because
they did it before anyways. Because like it's all the same color, the only type. You're just having to find a brand you like, which is most comfortable to you.
I have worked at a place where it didn't matter the color as long as it was scrubs. Which I actually prefer having like a mandated color that they want you to wear because it takes the thinking out of it, I don't have to be like, I'm not the best at matching. Okay, my color coordination is not the greatest. So I may wear, even when we have to wear the same color, one of the two shades may be different, either on the top or the bottom. But you already have like, now the one I won't complain about is the nurses that wear cowboy boots. Those guys or gals are cowboys. They know what they're doing. You see somebody wearing cowboy boots, you're in the clear. You're good. You're going home to see your family.
It's always one that stays in the OR, or not always, but most of the time, your OR nurse,
they're not doing a whole lot of walking.
Or something walks in with cowboy boots, and you're like, yeah.
Yeah, because then, like, you're going to be okay.
This intubation's about to go like butter.
Wonder why they do wear cowboy boots, though. You think it's like the support?
It's coming from somebody that's never wears cowboy boots. I don't know.
I do, but on rare occasions, like
maybe they're just more comfortable if that's what they grew up knowing.
Mm-hmm. Especially like a good pair that you've worn in really well. And
fits your foot like a glove almost.
Right. But I feel like you couldn't really do a ton of walking. I feel like it's mainly for those who either do a lot of standing.
Yeah.
And like you said in the OR, where you have to stand a lot. Speaking of OR, what do you think about if you were in the OR, what would be your OR song? What would be your operating room song?
If I worked in the OR, man, we're nurses. We don't get to choose that anyways.
You're right. That's the surgeon's playlist.
It's up to the doctor.
If there's any surgeons watching or listening, post your playlist on Spotify or send it to us because we want to know.
Yeah, that would be interesting to get into.
I need some new jams.
When I went to one of the hospitals I worked at, when I went to get my moderate sedation, we went down the IR and followed those nurses around and did things there. The nurses chose there.
Really?
Yeah, but they do so many procedures a day, which I'm not saying OR nurses don't either, because this is an OR of sorts, the interventional radiology department. It's a bunch of operating rooms, in fact, but
that's where they do like biopsies and stuff, right?
Yeah. Peg tube placements.
Like not the major surgeries.
Yeah. All moderate sedation, not
you're not
general anesthesia.
Deep sleep.
But the nurses pick the music there usually, or the CRNA anyways.
I feel like whoever, you want to pick a song that's going to relate to everybody in the room. You don't want to pick something that's...
Set a vibe.
Yeah. You don't want
to... Play Highway to Hell.
Yeah.
Stairway to Heaven on something.
I feel like that's bad mojo, bad juju.
Just in case, I want to set the rhythm in case we have to do CPR.
I'm trying to get that surgeon that listens to like Young Thug or something. But while he's wearing cowboy boots, he definitely needs to be wearing that and just jamming to like, I don't know, Alan Jackson or something.
Cowboy boots with shoe covers.
We should do something, or they should invent something like that, like nurse shoes, but that have already got shoe covers on them. They're like machine washable. But I guess that defeats the purpose of having disposable ones.
Yeah.
But
ensures cleanliness a little better. Get them out of a box that's not being touched except for right before a shift starts.
Yeah, that is true.
When they're at their cleanest, ideally.
And you can just throw them away at the end and call it a day. You don't have to wash anything.
You don't, which is the whole reason they don't wear their own scrubs. They're washed by the hospital. They wear OR scrubs, hospital scrubs, because they can guarantee they were all washed to their certain standard. Whereas you don't know what or if people are washing their scrubs at home, which, gosh, I really hope y'all are washing your scrubs after your shifts. If you're not, shame on you. But
that's why you buy multiple sets, so that way you can just do laundry all in one day.
But, there's going to be people out there that are the reason these rules are in place or these policies, because, I don't know any hospital that's OR staff gets to wear their own scrubs. Like, as far as tops and bottoms, they might get to wear their own scrub hat, their own scrub cap, something of that nature, but their actual scrub shirt, scrub pants has to be the hospital provided, and they throw them back in before they leave.
I wonder how they wash those. Do they do like some kind of special process, or do they just throw a couple Tide Pods in and call it a day?
I'm sure. Big old gallon jug scoop of laundry detergent, like the powder.
Or what's that 20 mule team in the white box. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
It's like OxyClean type.
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
But
well, here's something I seen recently posted. The post was come up on Instagram that brought my attention to it. In fact, it was Nurse Erica,
shout out,
popular nurse and advocate. But she was discussing how they're in the works right now of making it where you can take the NCLEX online at home.
What?
I don't understand. And she was just as baffled in her response video to this as everybody listening, I'm sure, is. But the fact that that's even thought, like, you can't do your initial nursing program online. Like, you can do your RN to BSN online or your, on up. But if you're getting your BSN first, you have to do that in person. It's already going to, quote unquote, inconvenience you having to go to class every day. But what, you're just not going to become a nurse because you had to go to a testing center and take the test in person?
I mean, it's just a couple hours.
Yeah. You done gave, at minimum, 4 semesters of your life. If you're in an accelerated program, 2 school semesters, 2 summer semesters.
Mm-hmm.
So
at a minimum.
At a minimum, bare minimum, you're going to throw it all away because of
you don't feel
4
like
hours
driving.
at max. You just don't want to go find a testing center. You can't be bothered. Did you really want to be a nurse then? Why'd you even spend all that money on tuition?
I mean, what are they going to do next? Call nursing school, start doing clinical as a nurse school by putting on a VR headset and doing a simulation?
Like,
I feel like somewhere somebody does that.
Just gonna try that. And now I have so many more questions too. Like, is there gonna be a distinguished difference? Like, when I look up your license, or I mean, if as an employer, if they look up your license, which apparently they don't do these days, because we'll get into that topic in a little bit. But that's a whole nother story that come up here recently. But yeah, they look up your license. Is it going to say whether you took the online version
or the
in-person? It should.
For sure. Because,
even if they make you, sign something on your computer that releases, full access to your computer for the time you're taking that test, where they can monitor everything you're doing, if you open up other windows, anything, there's still when there's a will, there's a way. People will cheat. They'll have a friend in the room out of sight with another computer that's plugged up to a TV on a wall in front of them that can pop up, where they can just look up the answer for them, pop it up on the TV just out of sight, where they can
just glance
see the answer. Yeah.
Because they got those things where they log into your webcam and it'll track your eyes, but
if you have it set up in just the right spot, because there's going to be people that spend enough time to figure out ways to beat it. If they would have spent that much time studying, it would have been so easy. They would have flew through the NCLEX to start with.
I mean, you could have a monitor right here that you're taking the test on that they can see, and then have a separate laptop or a whole nother computer right next to it, and it doesn't look that suspicious to just
looks like you're looking through the screen.
Yeah, it baffles me. It baffles. I mean, how are they going to proctor that? Because if you're doing it online, they can't show up to your house. Mm-hmm. If they look through your webcam and get access to your computer, like we said, you have all these other avenues.
I feel like somebody that you're wearing earpods to listen.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody just has 2 different sets of earpods. One from the set that's in their computer that's letting them listen to the NCLEX. The other one is on a set with their friend that's on
Google, ChatGPT, whatever.
Yeah. They're just on a call.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but it looks like same brand, same set.
Not to mention smartwatches.
Yeah.
Because we had to turn all that stuff in when we went to the testing center.
They found you with it and you didn't turn it in, immediate ejection. Get out, you failed.
It was a waste of money. Waste of however much it was. I think in our state it was what, $300?
Yeah, it was $200 to sign up for the test. It was another $100 to do the background check and everything.
Mm-hmm.
fingerprint and all that fun stuff.
That's another thing. Like, how are you going to do that online? But you still have to go in person and get fingerprinted.
Yeah.
So you gonna make everybody?
It makes it. I don't believe I want to live in a fantasy world, where we don't believe that they're doing it for this purpose. But it makes you think that the reason they're making it like this is so people can cheat.
Yeah, because they probably want more nurses, and so they'll as long as you're a warm body and say you took the test, it doesn't matter how well you did, which it really don't matter now. As long as you pass, you pass.
So I guess this kind of segues into another topic. I don't know if you've seen it. I've definitely seen it, though. It's another thing that many of popular nursing icons have talked about here lately. Mm-hmm. Is the nurse that wasn't a nurse, but they didn't realize it she treated over 4,000 patients, but never had a license. And they figured it out because they were re-going through her license. Like, the company was looking up her license because they were considering her for a charge position, and realized she wasn't. Like, she'd never took her NCLEX, never passed her boards, and I don't believe she'd ever even went to nursing school. She just winged it which goes to prove that she made it that long without any evidently major red flags that keyed people in, that you don't, like, you go in the nursing school not to learn to be a nurse. You go in the nursing school to learn to pass the NCLEX. But at the end of the day, it is a foundation of knowledge. Mm-hmm. Normal blood pressure, normal vital sign values.
She learned everything she needed to know on the job, which is essentially what you do after nursing school.
Yeah.
Because, like he said, all you're learning stuff, yeah, but it's mainly to pass a test. It is to pass the test to get your license. As far as like real world experience, there's nothing that can replace that except for just getting out and doing it. She just skipped a couple steps.
Yep. But she got arrested, went to jail, as she should. The rest of us didn't get out of going to nursing school or having to pass the NCLEX. Granted, there was one college that was just passing out nursing degrees anyway. So
Florida.
Yeah.
No hate, but
I don't remember what state this happened in, but I remember watching that, like, reading the comments on that post. They were all like, I bet you this was Florida.
Yeah. I think you pay like $10,000 and
you pay the program fees, but you just paid it one time, and they will send a fake. They will make a transcript that said you passed the program to your board of nursing, so you can take the test. Which, all them licenses got rejected too if they'd been to that college.
Which doesn't make any sense because you still have to study for the boards. So why didn't you just go to school? Because you're doing the same thing.
People just got lucky guessing. But at the time they started that too, you could get emergency license.
Oh yeah, because that was during
And
COVID.
so they were going to work for a year before they were even made to take the NCLEX. So they got that on-job training for that year.
Got the crisis pay and got out.
Or, no, that year taught them all they needed to know to pass the NCLEX.
Oh, yeah.
Or to get lucky passing it. They had at least an idea of what they're supposed to be looking for on the test, which I don't believe if you use real world nursing on the NCLEX you would pass, but
I don't think so either. I feel like NCLEX is very niche and cookie cutter and perfect
utopian
world.
Hospital.
Yeah. Which the
doesn't exist.
The nurse or the not nurse that you're talking about, I feel like let me play devil's advocate here. If nothing bad happened, I feel like she shouldn't have got arrested. I feel like they should have just let her go.
I think the issue is, A, it's fraud, which is felony. B,
it's probably a bad example because
it opens the hospital up to liability because she worked without a license.
Right.
So regardless of, say, any of those over 4,000 patients she supposedly had and been involved in their care had died, and that the families were suing or something. Regardless of if it had anything to do with something she directly had any involvement in,
legally
they now lose. That hospital now just lost that lawsuit, most likely because
she had no license.
there was an unlicensed person doing things that only a licensed person is supposed to do.
So they should have obviously checked into that. And plus, like, that opens up the avenue of other people trying it and getting away with it.
Yeah.
'Cause she's like, she's probably talking to her friends like, oh, just go work at the hospital and they don't check nothing. And very obviously they didn't until, they wanted to promote her.
I'm sure there was a audit on every nurse in that hospital after they realized she had gotten away with it.
Oh, that probably was hell.
Everybody's got to re-go through a background check.
Yeah.
Everybody's got to go back through credential
Everybody's
verification.
getting the drug screen. Everybody's getting the background check. Everybody's retaking the NCLEX. I mean,
at that point. But you can take it online, so it's all
yeah,
right.
yeah.
It'd be easy this time.
Speaking of, we're now offering. I'm just kidding. I was gonna say we're offering to do it for you, but
Computer takeover.
that was a joke. Legally, that was a joke.
It kills me that, I don't know, these things are happening more and more. I believe somebody was discussing this and they started talking about, on one of the response videos I seen, about a nurse that was in a similar situation. But while she was being investigated, like in the process of her trial, she went and passed, like she went to nursing school, I guess. I don't remember the exact story, so don't quote me on any of this, but it made it sound like the trial was lengthy, so it took a few years. She went to nursing school and passed NCLEX in that time frame.
What do you do in that
During
situation?
that trial. So now she is a licensed nurse.
I mean, can they take your license away if they find you guilty?
If they gave it to you while you were being tried, they shouldn't. But I mean, you're being tried in, I won't say civil court. Like you're being tried in court, not by the board of nursing, because at the time you didn't have a license, so you can't be tried by a board that you're not bound to.
They can't take it away because they're not the board. So I mean, yeah.
If you're being tried by the board is one thing, but you can't be tried by the board if you don't have a license under that board initially, like when the problem happened.
You're just kind of in a weird limbo situation.
I need to look into that more. Maybe we'll talk about that next episode a little more in depth. But I just remember hearing all these stories here lately coming out where apparently this has been a trending thing where people faking credentials.
I wonder if she wore a crop top and that's how they caught on to look into it. They were like, what in the world?
She come in romper and I was like, red flag.
Yeah.
Administration was like, this is where I draw the line. I don't care if you got a nursing license or not. You come in a crop top.
It's cute.
Fired.
It's cute, but, I'm sure the patients love it. I'm sure they're requesting you, but I think I'm going to do that. Next time I go to work, I'm just going to show up in a crop top, see what everybody thinks. I'm sure my patients will love it. Preferably up to like collarbone length, right where the V is. Just have it cropped like right below it. Still got my little pocket here for my pens.
There was one that got arrested for overly enthusiastically giving baths.
Oh, were the patients requesting her every night for baths?
Yeah, and they were like looking into it. Where she was like, one post was referring to, she spent too much time scrubbing the patient's elbow, like overly enthusiastic, and it's specified, which is way too specific, but overly like specified scrubbing the elbow.
Wonder what else she was overly enthusiastically scrubbing.
I think that's what most comments said. Like, I was not expecting you to say elbow.
Or maybe they were fired.
But like some patients were getting creeped out by it. Like she's just so tickled. Then they're talking about pulling up cameras, seeing her like have this just like evil grin with a overly sudsy bin full of soap water going into a room. But I'm like, I don't know. That wouldn't be a red flag to me because she's happy, she's helping the patients give a bath.
Yeah, I mean, she loves her job. Okay,
versus the aides nurse assistants that don't give them up, like don't give the baths they're supposed to for weeks. Mm-hmm. Patients just sitting there in filth. Ain't nobody noticing.
I do get a little creeped out by the nurses that are like especially like they get overly enthusiastic about like popping pimples or like
that's one thing. Watch Dr. Pimple Popper, but you're like doing it on your patient, just unsolicited.
Which I mean, is as long as the patient's okay with it and they're cool with it and they're having a good time, sure. Why not?
Nah, red flag. Get out of my room.
Not too good of a time.
I'm calling the police.
I mean, I don't know. I've been there. I've given a few, not overly enthusiastically, but I mean, I've given a couple of spa treatments myself.
It's one thing going overboard for a patient. You've built a relationship with the patient, and I don't mean overboard in the way they made it sound like this particular person was, but like, I mean, I've done like Epsom salt bath kind of things. Like, we didn't have anything to put their feet in. She wanted to soak her feet, so I got like bedpans, like clean bedpans, and put like hot water, like warm water in it, and soapy water to like soak her feet.
Or like the ones that stay there a particularly long time, and they haven't brushed their hair in days,
months.
Yeah, and keep it from matted. Or if it's already getting matched, you just brush their hair out and shampoo it real good,
so they don't have to get the shave treatment.
Yeah,
yeah, but they, obviously just made it sound like she was doing it overly creepy.
Like she was getting a kick out of it.
Yeah.
Or the patient was getting a kick out of it. But anyways.
Somewhere, I suppose. Still
what do y'all think?
Blows my mind. Give some ideas of what y'all's opinion on that is. Just drop some comments.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're enjoying any of this, just subscribe. Hit the subscribe button below.
Or if you don't like it, tell us.
You can hit the dislike button too. Thumbs down.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only way we're going to know. The only way we're going to get better. Since we... Never mind. Since we actually have a license and we're here for constructive criticism.
For now. But thank you guys for watching. Think you want to wrap it up?
Yeah, well, we'll call it for today's episode.
Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening.
If you've made it this far, we appreciate you. Consider going to our website, thenightshiftreport.com, signing up for an account, and then there's plenty of avenues there too that you can submit your own stories, and if y'all will do that,
or if you just want to say hi, just hit us up. Or if you're listening on Spotify, same thing, or Apple Podcasts, same thing. Check us out on TikTok too. We post some mediocrely funny skits, some cringy, very cringy TikToks. You might get a laugh out of it, no promises, but if you want to, check us out there. We also have an Instagram as well.
Everything goes by the same name, thenightshiftreport.com. Every social media, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts. You can find us anywhere under The Night Shift Report.
I'm honestly thinking about making some, like, I don't want to say merch, but like maybe some stickers or some cups or t-shirts or something. Y'all let us know.
That's something y'all be interested in.
If you want a plushie of me and Ryan, let us know. Something to keep you company at night, But like I said, thank you guys for watching, listening.
Also, if y'all have any recommendations for our set, any ideas for improvement, let us know. We're open to anything.
We did get some lights.
We're just learning. We got some new softbox lights.
We're planning on getting new furniture.
That way it won't be so harsh. Yeah, we've been looking into ordering that here soon.
Yeah.
Trying to get it. We're going to get a couch instead.
Mm-hmm.
I think that might look a little better.
Couch, like maybe a little table up.
A little more comfortable with us, because my wife's patio furniture just ain't cutting it.
With some Night Shift Report labeled mugs or cups.
Drink it. Never mind. I'm going to drink our coffee in while we're at 7 o'clock in the evening.
Because we are night shifters.
Yeah.
That is our early morning.
Nah, everybody knows it's full of Red Bull or Celsius. Alani's. Because that Witch's Brewery got to send us into arrhythmia.
Did you see the thing where the Celsius and Alani's got mislabeled?
No. I seen the one about the Celsius getting mislabeled where they had the seltzer, the alcohol.
That's what it was. It was Celsius and White Claw, I think. Was it White Claw?
Well, Celsius has an alcoholic version, like the same company, like umbrella company, I guess.
Yeah, so they just
alcoholic version, but they accidentally put the
wrong label.
The vodka seltzers into the Celsius energy drinks.
Mm-hmm.
That makes so much sense because they sold those at a lot of places, including hospitals.
I was wondering why the shift was going so good the other night.
Right.
I'm kidding. That was a joke.
All my coworkers were suddenly tolerable.
Yeah.
It's because they were lightened up a little bit. I don't drink energy drinks at work. Mountain Dew is about it for me.
Oh, I do. I drink about 4.
I just can't make myself. They all taste like medicine. But anyways, we'll wrap it up. That's episode 2. We appreciate y'all for watching. Thank y'all.